Welcome to episode, I don't even know what it is anymore.
12.
12. Still don't have music, still don't have graphics, but you do have these beautiful faces to join you. I'm in Iowa working on cards. You can actually see them. This screen's got me all messed up. Behind me, Kyle, you're back in Indiana, but Kyle's leaving for vacation soon.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm visiting my parents. I don't know what Kyle's doing.
I have a bachelor party in Measick, Michigan, which is right there. It is the mushroom capital of the United States, apparently, and we're going to be at a cabin.
Super. Don't eat the wrong mushrooms. That would be my...
It's not Amsterdam.
I don't even mean those kind. I mean the poisonous ones. So, anyhow, we're going to go fast today. Kyle's got to leave town, and I've got work to do, and we prepared zero for this podcast. So, best of luck to everyone. Don't fact check us because we're probably hosed. All right, we're going to start with NBA. I was feeling very sad, and then my joy came back late last night. So, let's start with the East again because we'll go through that very quickly. The Sixers, that series is what we thought it was. The Brooklyn, that series was what we thought it was. But there is something with the Sixers. So you want to go with anything there?
Well, the only thing with the Sixers is that they look great, except the Wizards are not very good, and Embiid already couldn't stay healthy, which is the big question mark.
Tear.
It's a bummer.
Yeah. I've strained my meniscus before sliding into second base, and I didn't play baseball for like 3 weeks. I'm a little worried about old Joel. So he's also a much larger human than me. And if he's not healthy, the Hawks are winning that series. You can write that down if you want. You think you agree with that?
I don't disagree with it, and I think it's time that I get to take a nice little victory lap on the Hawks for this year with my pick for them making the playoffs and making some noise early in the year.
You picked the Knicks to beat them in our bracket.
Yeah, I was wrong on that. It was a little hedge.
Yeah, your victory lap is going to be short. You can go around the kiddie pool.
But Trae Young looked great. I mean, it's hard to argue with what he did.
Great. DeAndre Hunter, that team is loaded.
It is loaded. They're like 12 deep with legit guys that can play.
I heard, by the way, okay, let's pause for a second. The Celtics had some big news yesterday.
Yeah, weird.
And I saw that Pierce, the guy that used to be the Hawks coach, was on their list of coaches. How bad a coach must he be? Because McMillan is a fine coach, and as soon as he took over, they got Bogdanovich back. That team has so much talent. Like, that's outrageous that they were so bad. So I would like to say, Celtics, don't hire him. He's clearly not a good coach.
No, it doesn't make any sense. That's a weird situation, though, because I don't know what Brad Stevens is going to bring to your front office.
Here's what Brad Stevens is doing. He's going to take the Duke job.
Yeah, maybe.
I
kind of like Chauncey Billups for that job, though.
Must listen to the same podcast. I agree.
Russillo.
Yeah, I agree. He would be a great fit. Much better than Lloyd Pierce. Get out of here. All right. So yeah, good matchup. Sixers, Heat, contrasting styles. One a really good offensive team, one a really good defensive team. We'll see what happens.
Sixers, Hawks.
He
got swept.
Knicks, not a talented team.
No.
But a really successful year. With hats off to them.
They might be 2 years away from being 2 years away.
Oh, like Bruno Caboclo? That's a long time ago draft reference for all you people. Yeah. The Heat we kind of covered before. They got trounced by the Bucks, and the Bucks Nets. That series is going to be a war.
It's going to be awesome.
I will watch every one of those games, especially because I can't stay up late for these West Coast games. I tried last night. I was dying. I want to watch the Lakers game so bad tonight, but there's no way I'm staying up till 1 a.m.
No, it's halftime.
Can't do it. Yeah, you see. I want to watch. If LeBron looks great, I'll probably stay with that game, but we'll see. So that's the East. We have 2 great semifinal matchups after 4 putrid first-round matchups. But the West, Jazz Grizz, 5-gamer, exactly what made sense. Every game Mitchell played in, they won. That makes sense. He's better than John Moran at this point, and the rest of their roster is way better.
But the Grizz look really fun in 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, Morant's going to continue to get better. Jaren Jackson Jr., who played 5 regular season games this year, is going to be fantastic.
Dylan Brooks.
They're super deep. Valanciunas, Brandon Clark.
Yeah, they're interesting for the future, but they are a couple years away too, for sure. And then, all right, so we'll keep the 2 LA teams for last. Your other series, Lillard, in a losing effort, 24 shots, 55 points, only 10 free throws, just a
12 for 17 from 3.
12 for 17. Most of us, anyone listening to this podcast, and the 2 hosts could go stand out of the top of the key on a high school gym and shoot 17 threes. And I don't think any of us are making 12 of them.
I think I'm going 3 for 17.
That if you're lucky. I've watched you. I shot with you just a couple weeks ago. But it's just unbelievable.
And those shots they were Curry-esque shots. I mean, he's not getting open looks.
And they lost.
Mm-hmm.
But that pass, if you didn't see the pass Jokic made to Michael Porter Jr. in overtime, in double overtime? Double overtime.
I think it was the second overtime.
Go watch that. Oh, my gosh. So anyhow, that series has been a toss-up. That was the first good game, actually, of the series. But that's really they're just playing to lose to the Lakers or the Suns. So should we go there next? Lakers, Suns. Sure. What do you think?
So tonight is the true test of my NBA is paying the referees theory, in that even if even if Anthony Davis doesn't play, my theory is that the Lakers are still going to win. And LeBron, who shot no free throws in the first half of Game 4 Game 5, is going to shoot about 78 in the first half of tonight's game.
Well, here's what you know. There are 3 factors that go into this. A, probably the refs got a memo that said, hey, you're not calling enough fouls on LeBron. B, the game is in LA, so that doesn't help. And C, you're going to get assertive LeBron tonight. It appeared that I watched the first half of that game. He never entered the paint except to kick the ball out. He was obviously feeling the game out, and the feel he got is that we're going to get clocked. And so he's old. He looks old. I texted Kyle that he looked old, and Kyle texted me that he thought he looked fat, and I think it's hard to argue with either of them. But you're going to get the very best version of LeBron tonight, and we'll see if that's enough. And if they have Davis, probably it is, with the refs and the home crowd and Davis being awesome.
Has it been announced, is Davis playing?
I don't know. I'll check on that while we're talking about Clips Mavs.
All right. Clips Mavs is awesome, though. And I think Dallas puts it away. What do they play tomorrow night again, I would assume?
No home team has won a game in that series yet.
Which is insane. But the double Twin Towers lineup that they threw out to start Game 5 was awesome. If you actually watch that game, Boban running around there. He only play for 8 minutes at a time because you could tell he's just gasping after 2 trips up and down. But he has been legitimately better than Porzingis in this series. Which Porzingis scored 6 points, I think, last night.
He's not good. We got a dog on the podcast today waiting for animal facts. But yeah, remarkable. All right. And Luka last night, I got a stat for you. You ready? They've made 37 field goals, the Mavs. He assisted or scored on 31 of them, which is the highest percentage in any game in NBA history, playoff or regular season.
That's insane.
42 and 14.
He had 19 in the first half, and I didn't think he was going to miss for the rest of his life.
And he only made one shot in the fourth quarter. I mean, he could have easily gotten to 50, and they almost gagged that game away. But they didn't. Go Mavs. This is a pro Mavs podcast right now.
It is. Here's another Luka stat for you, which I just realized I've been spelling his name wrong in text for weeks. It's Luka. He has 4 career 40-point playoff games. That's the same as Melo, Duncan, Dame, Kawhi, Karl Malone had in their entire careers. It's more than Kyrie, Pierce, AD, Patrick Ewing, Moses, Giannis, Isaiah had in their entire careers. He's 22 years old, and he's played in 11 playoff games.
Either one of 2 things is true. He's either going to finish as a top 10 player of all time, or he's secretly 29 years old. Those are the 2 options.
He doesn't look like it, though. He looks like he's 16.
Yeah. Although, Albert Pujols is widely believed to be 4 years older than it says that he is.
Yeah.
That would be the only way. Because otherwise, at 22, he's already – it's just unbelievable. He's going to be first-team All-NBA this year. And if they beat the Clips, Just be so happy. So anyhow, see why we couldn't do this podcast tomorrow night, because it is interesting with the Lakers and the Suns. That's the only series. You only have 2 series still going on. It's the LA series in the first round, correct? Correct. No. And the West is great.
Denver.
You have
Denver, Portland.
And you can see, if you watch those games, you watch the East games, the talent's in the West. It's just, there are like 7 legit good teams in the West, and there is 3. Three and 3.25 if you want to count the Hawks a little bit. Up and
I'd go 2.5 if Embiid's not healthy.
Well, that's definitely true too. All right, we got to keep moving because we promised this to be a short one. This is the least researched and shortest podcast we're ever doing.
And my wife just brought cheese dogs in and sat them next to me so I would go quickly, and it smells amazing in here.
Smart. Your wife is smart, Amanda Bachman. All right. She didn't marry into a smart family, so I don't know what that says about her. But so anyhow, give us your animal fact for the week if you have it.
All right. So I actually have a couple, and I'm just going to fly through a couple really quick because I found this entire Reddit thread that was just weird animal facts. So number 1, a sloth can die from starvation even if it has a full stomach because its metabolism is so slow.
That's amazing, actually.
It really is. Number 2, if a male fox loses their mate, they stay single forever. But if a female fox loses its mate, it immediately searches for a new one.
Isn't that the way it goes?
Cats bring home dead animals because they think we're also cats who are really crap at hunting for dead animals.
You can tell they bring them as trophies. Like, here, look what I can do. You are an idiot. You can't do this. But look in my freezer, cat. I got lots of dead animals in there.
This one, I'm not sure how appropriate this is. We might have to just bleep it out. But flatworms are like...
I can't bleep anything.
Flatworms don't have a gender. They're basically all male from the beginning. And they have willy jouse. And whoever gets penetrated becomes the female and is fertilized.
That's terrible. Why would you share that fact on this podcast? I'm sorry, everyone. Kyle cannot be on short research days.
I'm sorry. I'm just reading through these. You would be amazed at how many of these are inappropriate.
Yeah, we're done.
On average, squirrels recover only 25% of the nuts that they bury. There's a lot of ways.
That doesn't shock me at all. Squirrels are idiots. All right. Okay. You have any we're going real quick here, baseball thoughts. I've been watching Nats Braves the last few days. Acuna and Soto are going to be the 2 best players in baseball for like the next 10 years. You might as well just deal with that if you disagree, because Tatis is hurt all the time like he is right now. Go ahead.
Correct. I don't really have a lot because I've not had a lot of time to watch a lot of baseball recently. What I did find is a really cool graphic that showed the May statistical leaders for every single category. You want to go through and try to guess them real quick?
Yeah, I do. I'm excited about this game.
Okay, batting average. This is league-wide. This is not broken down by AL or NL.
Castellanos?
Yes, hit 409, 38 for 93. Hits.
Acuna.
Nope. Blue Jays.
Vlad.
Next 3 are Blue Jays. It is not Vlad. He is one of the 3.
This is riveting stuff.
Shortstop, Marcus Semien.
Semien's been great.
Runs is another Blue Jay on the other side of the middle infield.
Who's their second baseman?
I don't actually know what position he plays, but it's Bo Bichette.
Oh, he's a shortstop.
Well, whatever. Well, see, I was correct.
Well, Semien doesn't play shortstop for them because he's a bad defensive player.
That's fair. Runs is the guy that you guessed first.
Acuna.
No. The first
Vlad.
Blue Jay. Vlad. Stolen bases. Going to the National League.
Tatis.
It is 8 stolen bases.
No,
home runs.
That's not the league.
No. For May.
Oh,
just for
yeah.
May.
Oh, just for May. You could have told me this.
I did. I said May statistical leaders.
Oh my gosh.
This is content. This is
no wonder I wasn't getting them right. This is trash.
Whatever. Home runs.
Ooh, Tatis.
Nope. Texas Ranger.
Gallo.
Another Cardinals cast-off.
Adolis Garcia.
Yep. He hit 11 home runs in May.
Yeah, that sounds right.
RBIs. We're going Tampa. This is brutal. We're just going to run through them.
Okay.
Austin Meadows. Base on balls. Well, you should get this. Base on balls.
Soto.
No. Yasmani Grandal. 29 of them. He's walked more than anyone in the entire league this year.
I don't know why nobody pitches to him.
OPS is Max Muncy. ERA. San Francisco Giant.
Gossman.
Gossman, .73. Strikeouts, Washington National. Scherzer with 57. Tied with actually a Philadelphia Philly, Zach Wheeler. Yep. Saves, a Cardinal.
Alex Reyes.
Mm-hmm. He's got 9. Whip, this is a Brewer, and it's the same Brewer that has the BAA, which I don't even know what that stands for, and it is
Woodruff. He's been incredible.
He has been incredible. Innings pitch, already mentioned him, Zach Wheeler. Wins, you played with this guy, White Sox.
Lance Lynn. I didn't play with him. I played against him in the All-State game.
Against him, whatever.
Got him out, though.
And he is tied with another Giant who's been mentioned, Kevin Gausman. 5 wins.
Who's been awesome. They keep winning. Unbelievable.
These 2 pitchers have 5 wins in May, and I don't think the Twins have 5 wins in May.
No, you keep losing to the Orioles, which is pretty embarrassing.
Mm.
I do want to mention my beloved Cleveland Indians are still 6 games over 500, which they have no reason to be, except that they might have the best manager in baseball, Terry Francona. The Rays look incredible. Incredible. So do the A's still, which I don't understand.
I don't get it.
But here's my one big prediction. The Braves are 4 games back in the NL East right now, but they are so loaded with talent. They're going to win that division. That's my one big prediction. And the Cubs, who we both have lots of friends who love the Cubs, they are
9 in a row.
Tremendous. 9 of 10. They look great. And the Cardinals lost Jack Flaherty this week and gave up 11 runs in the first inning to the Dodgers last night. Cody Bellinger had 6 RBI in the first inning.
The grand slam in his second at bat.
Yeah, in the first inning. And the Giants are still winning the NL West. That is amazing.
I understand it.
They really played well against the Dodgers this weekend. I don't get it. So a lot of cool stuff with baseball, though. And Tatis, when he's healthy, just keeps hitting bombs and stealing bases. It's awesome. Young guys are awesome. Vlad Jr., Soto's getting hot. It's great. If you're a baseball fan, there are so many guys to cheer for. But there are too many strikeouts, and we'll have that discussion at some point this baseball season. But for now, we got to keep going. So our list for the week is the top 3 live sporting events we've ever been to. Do you have an honorable mention? Because I have an honorable mention.
Well, I have so I did 1 through 3, and I didn't rank them in any order at all. And 2 of them basically they're like combos. So yes and no. I do, but I don't. So why don't you do yours?
Okay, my honorable mention. First one, friend of the podcast, Alex Smith. Any Northridge High School game my senior year that Alex Smith got in the game is one of my highlights of games I've seen live. We had the Alex Smith fan club. We had T-shirts. We were very rowdy. We may have not been nice to officials and opposing players. But anytime Alex got in the game, it was a raucous celebration from the Alex Smith fan club. So that's one of mine. Second one, both of us, maybe this is on your list, saw Steven Strasburg's second start in Cleveland, and it was incredible. We mentioned this on the podcast a couple weeks ago, but it was electric, like legit electric. And then Kyle won the state championship when he was 10 in 9 and 10-year-old All-Stars, and that's one of my highlights also. It was awesome.
And that was the peak, and then the bottom was playing in the Mexican-American League, which is oof.
That's not totally true, but so that was great. I was a proud brother at that game after we had actually finished pretty high that year too in All-Stars, so that was cool. All right, give us one of your top 3.
So I had the Strasburg game as well, and getting to watch Harper as well was super cool. We were in Cleveland,
he wasn't up
correct?
at that point, so sorry.
Whatever.
That didn't
Okay,
happen.
well, I'm remembering things that didn't happen, and I'm going to still tell that story that I got to see Bryce Harper play as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also went on a trip with my dad, I think it was 3 years ago, and we went up to Minnesota and watched 3 games. They lost all 3. The Twins lost all 3. Of course they did. I had never been to a game at Twins Stadium in Target Field. It was awesome. It was a great trip. We need to do that again and bring the entire family. But that was definitely one of the highlights of my live sporting careers. The other, sticking with Major League Baseball, I got to see Chris Sale's debut.
Mm-hmm.
Came out of the bullpen, had never thrown in the majors, had only thrown 10 innings of minor league baseball. I had never heard of the guy. I don't really follow prospects all that much. This was 2010. he looked like he was literally made out of like minute bowl string beans. And he came out and threw the first pitch like 104, and I had no idea what was going on. So that was awesome. And the White Sox lost, which I was with a whole bunch of White Sox fans, so it was also awesome. And then the last one was a combination. So I did mention winning the state championship. I don't know that you can count that as attending, so I was playing in it. But watching, I didn't get to see this in person, but watching you play in the College World Series in college, I think you guys got second that year, I believe. We got to watch it, live stream it, and it was super cool. A little grainy, but it was awesome.
It was definitely grainy. All right. I actually have 4. I'm going to give you 4. Number 4, this is a very niche one, but my good friend Joel and Alex and Sean were all on this team who also listen to this podcast. Our high school football team at Northridge when I was there was not very good, but a lot of my best friends played, so we were, of course, at every game. I was actually a statistician for a couple of years. And we had not won a game in a while, and it was my senior year, and it might have been the first game of the year, and they pulled off this incredible comeback. They got an onside kick. They won. I think it was against one of the Nobles, West Noble or East Noble or something. No, it definitely wasn't East Noble. I think it might have been West Noble. And we rushed the field, game 1. And then Coach Kirkton promptly pushed us all off that had rushed the field and told us to get out of there, which fair. But it was so exciting. And it had, it was one of those things where like, it's kind of like being a Knicks fan this year, where it had been a lot of losing and it was awesome to be a part of. And it was people I genuinely cared about. So that was great. My third one is for any of my college teammates. This is a game I actually played in. We had that massive comeback against Union University in the College World Series. We were down 3 or 4 going into the bottom of the 9th and strung some runs together. I had a 2 RBI single that was hit the softest of any hit I've ever gotten in my life. But it blooped over the first baseman's head, and then I got to score the winning run. So that was an awesome game. And so I had to mention that one. And then 2, like, more official ones. I was actually at Grady Sizemore's debut, which was a big deal for a while, and then he got hurt. But my wife surprised me with Iowa Hawkeyes football tickets one year, and so we got to go watch them at IU. And it was a year they only lost 1 game, but they tried so hard to lose to IU. IU dropped a touchdown that would have won the game as time expired. This was a Ricky Stanzi, Marvin McNutt, Tony Moiaki, and maybe not Tony Moiaki. I don't know. They had a good tight end too. But it was awesome, and it was a very sentimental thing too, so that was cool. And we got to see our friends Austin and Jill when we were down there, so that was cool. But my number one, by far, 1998, with a group of friends, Andrew Kime, and I think Austin was at that one too, and I don't remember who else. We were in Chicago for when Sammy Sosa hit home run 61 and 62 to tie McGuire and pass Roger Maris in 98. Now, we all know that those are some tainted home runs, but at the time, it was pandemonium in Wrigley Field. It was insane. There was a guy in front of us holding up a sign, drunker than you could believe, and on this sign, he had written from 61 to 66, just in case Sosa hit 6 home runs that day. And he's crossing them off as he hit them. And it was Beanie Baby Day, Gracie the Swan after Mark Grace. I sold my Beanie Baby. I bought a Kerry Wood jersey outside the stadium, like a T-shirt jersey, because that was the year he struck out 20 guys. And then Mark Grace hit a walk-off home run to win 11-10 in the 10th inning. It was incredible. It had everything. Those Saturday Night Live sketches with Bill Hader. So it has everything. It had everything. It was amazing. And so that is one I'll never forget. I still have the ticket stub from that game. It was just incredible. So that's my list. Anything to add?
I don't.
Great.
How about that?
Awesome. Here's our recommendations for the week. Watch the NBA playoffs. Even if you don't like the NBA, check in on Game 6, Clippers, Mavs. I can't guarantee you that this Lakers game is going to be good tonight. It might be terrible either direction. But you should watch Game 6, Clippers, Mavs. And I have a TV show, actually. I just thought of this one. Can I add this one in?
Absolutely.
There's a great show on Netflix that you would never come across unless you go look it up because I told you to. It's called Kim's Convenience. It's hilarious. It's well done. I think you'd like it. So check it out, anyone. And Ted Lasso season 2, it's coming soon. Get excited, everyone. Have you watched it with Amanda yet?
Not yet.
All right. You'll have to do that at some point. But anyhow, have a good trip. Short one. We did it.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
35 minutes.
That's pretty good for us. See you later.